Hey guys, good morning to my fellow quad flyers. I've got some few updates to tell you. First off, I want to talk about PyroDrone. So I bought I bought a jumper T16 like 2 months ago, and I was only able to use it like after a month, and I didn't realize that the gimbal was actually bad. I was using it with liftoff. So when I started learning more about trims and sub trims, and specifically the output tab in the jumper T16, I realized that the yaw and sometimes on pitch and roll, the 1500 value wouldn't stay in 1500, even if I keep on setting it back to 1500. So, for example, I will calibrate it and set it to 1500 when the stick is at the center. Once I press yaw, either to the left or right, the value would go down to like 1467 or maybe 1521, and it wouldn't go back to 1500 when the stick is back to center. So I took a video of it and I sent it to PyroDrone. And I really need to give props to PyroDrone because even if it was 2 months, which is past the 1 month, I think it's called limit, when you return stuff. PyroDrone, thank you so much. They replied to my email and they said, yeah, that's a really bad gimbal. We are going to ship to you a Hall sensor gimbals. So 2 days ago, I received a tracking number and how do you call this? And it was shipped via EMS. I've been trying the EMS site, but unfortunately, I'm not sure why. When I every time I entered the tracking number, it wouldn't work. It would say you are not allowed. I'm not sure why. Maybe because my entry is US. I don't know. So I'll just wait here. I'll just wait for the Hall sensor gimbals when it arrives. So that's a good thing for me. So it's free. What more can I ask for? Thank you, PyroDrone. You are awesome. And as you know, looking at my quad here, you'll notice I don't have any um, FP, FPV camera. What you see here is a kind of weird looking object which I made. It's actually just a strip of lead which I bought from Amazon. It is made by Volo, Volo, and it's high quality. It's actually not like 3x3. It's just a one strip with three LEDs in it, and I just combined them together and I mounted it on a plexiglass, just like this glass over here. So I've been doing. The reason I had to do this is because every time I fly, I'm flying LOS line of sight, and I'm new to it. Every time I fly, and every time this quad goes beyond like 150 feet away from me, or even just 100 feet away from me, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out where it's facing. And I'm always kind of worried if I push throttle, would it go closer to me? Would it go back to me, or just go away, fly away? There was a time where it flew away, but I think the culprit there was that I mounted the I mounted the flight controller tight, and I wasn't familiar with soft mounting until last week. There was this time before I went to Indiana, before leaving the house. I was so eager. "Oh, I want to try this again. I want to try." So I went to my yard. I was hovering this quad for about 5 feet above the ground and 10 feet away from me. And then suddenly I was really wondering why that happened. It just flew straight to the sky. And I was really shocked because trust me, it reached like 150 feet or 200 feet straight up in less than 3 seconds. That's the time when I didn't doubt the speed of the squad. It was my first time seeing it fly that fast. Oh, and that time um, I was using a 6-inch props because I had a modified arms. But then, I was so scared and I didn't know what to do because my yard is small, 80 by 80 feet. And then houses beside my house. And then I saw it was drifting and drifting. And then away from where I was standing. And I just had to fail safe. I had to turn it off at 150 feet. Oh my gosh. And then I was watching it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna hit my neighbor's roof. I was like, fuck, what the fuck did I just did? And then luckily it didn't hit my neighbor's roof, or else, you know what, I could have damaged his roof or the shingles. It landed on his lawn. Even if it was like 70 feet away from me when it landed, oh my gosh, I heard the boom, the sound when it hit the ground. So shit, fuck. So I had to run. I had glad there was no fence. I had to run. Um, Took me like 3 minutes to find it. Where the fuck is the quad? And then I saw it was near the brick steps. I was so lucky. Damn, I was so lucky. And then told myself I will never, 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 never fly again in my yard. So that was the last time I flew on my yard, which was like 2 weeks ago or last week. Again, let's go back. I want to tell you why I had to add this LED strip over here. It's because, like what I said, I could not tell if it's facing me or not. Like if it's facing me, if it's like 200 feet away from me, I can tell. But now with these LEDs, I will be able to tell if it's facing me or not. Let me turn it on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Did you hear it? All right. So now with this LEDs on, I think even if it's so far away from me, I will be able to recognize it. And then I'll be able to properly control the jumper T16. Because getting better at LOS. I'm so happy I can do like turning 180 in a real quick manner. That's nice. I used to hit the ground and I used to fly it away. So, but this time, the training I did in lift off is helping a lot. That is really awesome. So, yep, that's my update today, and I hope you enjoyed it.